Okay, all right. I think I'm streaming. So let me just get started there. We're gonna hit enter to share things here and there, and then let's see. Hello. There's a lot of things in chat going on already, and I. So let's see. Um, Welcome in Gibson Len. Thanks for the lurk. Welcome in Chan the Magic Man. Welcome in Charlie's Beats. Hi guys, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Um, I am. I probably could have started earlier, but I decided to do my YouTube video, and then that basically brought me up to time, and I'm like, oh god, I have to start soon. So here we are. Let me see. Let me do my sound check. I'm going to assume my audio sounds okay because nobody's complained. Hit enter. I can hear myself. All right, that's good. That's a good sign. Here and there. All right, awesome. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then let's do this. And then all right. Okay. Whew. I just realized this color against this backdrop does not look. Let me okay. Yeah, okay. There we go. That looks better. Okay, next up, cheating gloves. Let's put on cheating gloves. Weather's getting drier, so I actually absolutely need this because otherwise I probably will not be able to do stuff. But anyway, how has everybody's week been? How has everybody's weekend been? Hopefully yours has been good. Hopefully everybody's generally well rested, well hydrated. Chan says, great! Great to hear, Chan. I saw Chan actually ate some food from a restaurant. Looked good. I did a bunch of cooking yesterday and today. I don't know if I shared any pictures yet, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. Chances, thanks. All right, awesome. All right, let's hop over to chat for a second. There we go. Let's see. I did learn a new trick, and I just recorded it right before this. It'll be going up on my YouTube tomorrow. But for anybody who wants a sneak peek, I'll probably be doing it tonight. All right, let's see. Next up, man, the weather is crazy. My sympathies for anybody who lives in Florida. If anybody who does or has any loved ones that live there, hopefully everybody is safe and sound and at least has evacuated. So, for anybody who lives outside the United States, there's a huge hurricane that is hitting a large number of populated areas. So, let's see. I did a bunch of cleaning in my house, and so I found a bunch of interesting things where if we don't have much going on tonight, I may show off a bunch of those things because I have a bunch of them right here. So I'm actually in the process of cleaning my basement, which is this area over here. It's way messier than usual because I play 50 bajillion, well, I played 50 bajillion card games. By the way, if anybody's been sitting around for a while and you have not hydrated, please hydrate. All right. Whew. Okay. So there's that. Thanks for the hydrate counter, Chan. All right, let's see. I don't even feel like this has taken to my fingers yet. So let's, while we're here, let's give a shout out to everybody that's in chat. All right, guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens is a pianist and is working on releasing his first album. So please give Gibson Lens a follow, and you can hear all of the wonderful composer music that he has composed. Next, guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other few magicians here on Twitch, and that has a regular magic schedule. Please give Chan a follow. He actually does magic on Mondays, so give him a follow and catch him tomorrow night. And yeah, and then also, if you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats, so Charlie's Beats, we have seen stream before. However, Charlie hasn't streamed, or at least I haven't seen Charlie stream in a while. But I like to call him now a music Twitch famous chatter, because he's basically in all of like the music chats that I would hang out in. Hello, welcome in Durkee Blaine. How's it going? Guys, you're not following our friend Durkee Blaine. Please give Durkee Blaine a follow. Oh man, Chan's got the Durkee Blaine already. All right. Durkee Blaine is a variety streamer, plays a lot of different games, but is a magician. So I don't know if I've seen you perform any magic. I did like lurk for like 12 minutes, I think, at some point, Durkee Blaine. But anyway. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let's see. Trick list is open if anybody wants to request anything. I just applied my cheating gloves. I do have an idea for my warm-up, so we're just going to go ahead and just put in a magician's... Oh, Chan beat me to it! You know what, Chan? I'm still going to do my warm-up of the new trick first, because I'm basically primed and ready to go, and then we'll do requests. Alright. Okay, alright. Let's see here. Let's do this, do this, do that, do this setup. Okay, cool. No problem. Alright. So, we're getting started right off the bat. So if I mess up this trick, it's because I've never done this before on stream. Durkee Blaine says, all good. I've only performed maybe 3 tricks on stream. Okay, well that's better than 0, because I know that there's some magicians who are like, hey, I'm a magician. Never shown a trick ever on stream. So, hey, you're doing good, man. You're doing good. Keep it up, Durkee Blaine. Next time I see you, I want to hear that you've done at least 4 tricks on stream. All right, so let's see. First, C1NRB, welcome in. Now live, yeah, welcome in, C1NRB. All right, first things first. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards. I don't want you to think of these as 6 cards. I want you to think of these as people. There's 2 sets of people. We have the King and Queen of Spades. They're going to be the patients. And then we have the 6s and 9s that are red, and they are going to be the hospital staff, because these 2 patients need to figure out if they are infected or not. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be trying to test to see if they're infected. Infected for what? You're probably wondering. I've decided that they're testing, because it's almost Halloween time, testing for zombie apocalypse infection. All right, first things first, we do need to get the Queen and the King into their own rooms. And so let's go ahead and, oh, actually, we do need to make sure that they are lined up straight in their rooms. And, okay, so now the hospital staff is going to be checking the King of Spades, and we're going to need to get a blood sample. And so look what I've got over here. We have a syringe. So now let's go ahead and get a blood sample from the King of Spades. Okay, we have a blood sample from the King of Spades now. Now, what we may not have noticed was that after the blood sample was taken, when everybody went off to take the blood sample to do lab results, we actually didn't realize, but the King of Spades actually swapped places. Swapped places with one of the hospital staff. Actually swapped places with one of the doctors. Because look, the King of Spades is now up here. No, actually, Queen of Spades. Sorry, Queen of Spades swapped places with one of the doctors. Okay. And so, look, here's what they swapped with. Okay. So now we have the hospital staff back over here. And we're now going to enter. So we thought that was the King of Spades, but that was actually the Queen of Spades. So this is the King of Spades. So now we're going to need a blood sample from the actual King of Spades. We found out this was from the Queen of Spades. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. And now we are going to go ahead and discover that the King of Spades actually swapped places with a nurse. And so here we take a look. There we now have the King of Spades swapping places with a nurse. And so now we have the hospital staff. They're going to be doing things with the test. They actually figured out that they can come up with a vaccination to the infection using the blood samples that they have actually extracted already. They're going to process them like this. And they're going to give the immunizations to the Queen and King of Spades. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and give this Queen of Spades her vaccine. And then we're going to give the King of Spades his vaccine. But for those of you who don't know, in order for vaccines to work, you actually have to be administered the vaccine well before you get infected. And actually, as the hospital staff found out, they were already infected by the time they received the vaccine. Because look. And that, my friends, is a trick called Trouble Backer, themed as testing for zombie infection. And that was a warm-up. That was my brand new trick that I learned this week as a warm-up. So, there we go. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. Chan the Magic Man. Chan says, nice. Yeah, so if, Chan, if you want to look that one up, or, I mean, if you want to see my video tomorrow, it's going to publish tomorrow on YouTube. But it's called Trouble Backer and Max Maven. That'll get you most of the way to finding more stuff about it. So. Whew. Okay. All right, got the new trick out of the way. I say that was perfectly fine. I didn't mess that up at all. I was happy with it. Yeah. Also, if I did it later, because it's a new trick, I might have forgotten. But I was like, okay, I know what it is. I know the trick. All right. Okay. All right. Looks like we have another request in the queue. We have a request from Chan the Magic Man for a particular trick. Let me figure out what I want to do with this one. Okay. But anyway, so weather here is kind of mostly staying the same. I expected it to get a little bit colder this week, but it has not. It has mostly just been the same temperature. When I say colder, I mean I expect it to get into like fall temperatures, but or autumn temperatures. However, I am not seeing much of that. It's just kind of being like in the, I mean, at nighttime I guess it's getting a little chilly, but it's not like too crazy or anything. Let me see here. Hang on tight, guys. I am looking for something highly specific that I don't know where I put. Where the heck did I put it? Oh, is it just in this random stack that's directly in front of me? It is in the stack that is randomly directly in front of me. Okay. Let's see. Something cool that I want to mention, but I don't have anything quite ready for it yet this stream, but maybe next stream. I found all of my old Star Trek cards. And so for everybody who's a Star Trek fan in chat, we may be seeing more Star Trek card magic in the future. So I don't have quite that many ready today, but they're like in a pile over there. C1 NRB says it turned 99 degrees in Texas, so yeah, that's kind of harsh, especially if it stays like that. C1 NRB. Hopefully it cools down for you. Where you are, were you affected by the hurricane much at all, or have you been okay? Hopefully you've been okay. All right. Next up, we have a request from Chan the Magic Man for Color Monty. And so here we go. All right. We have 3 cards, and this is the reason why you don't play 3-card Monty with any strangers on the street, because they will con you. It's a con. C1 NRB says Dallas Fort Worth area. Okay, gotcha. So first things first, we have a blue diamond. We have a second blue diamond, and then the money card that you need to keep track of is the red diamond. And so I want you to keep an eye on the red diamond. So even if I place the red diamond here on the bottom of the deck, I want you to be able to follow where the red diamond is. And now here's what we're going to do. If I ask you, hey, where's the red diamond? I think you might say, oh, it's on the bottom. But no, you would be incorrect because there's a blue diamond on the bottom. So some people now would say, hey, if you actually didn't really put the red diamond on the bottom, it's probably still on the top. And to that I would say, no, that's a blue diamond on the top. And now the only place... Hey, E-Room, how's it going? Guys, don't play 3-card Monty with E-Room because he will come in with a bang. Now, some people might actually say that, well, if it's not on the bottom and not on the top, the red diamond must be in the middle. And I think we would say, no, that's a blue diamond as well. Hi, Nob. Hi, E-Room. How's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, well, I will verbally do the shout out for E-Room, but thanks for doing the shout out in chat for E-Room. Okay, and to that I would say, all right, that's fine. How about you try and guess where the blue ones are? And so I think you would say, oh, well, wait, if we saw that the blue one was in the middle, therefore the blue one must now be on the bottom. And I'd say, no, 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 there's a red one here on the bottom. And it's like, wait. So hold on. So if the red one's on the bottom, then that means on either the top or the middle, there should be the blue one. No, on the top, there's a red one. And then actually here in the middle, there's also a red one. And now at some point, some people believe that, hey, I must be using 6 cards because they saw 3 blue and 3 red diamonds. And to that I would say, no. There's actually 1, 2, 3, just 3 cards. That's it. So at this point, they're like, whoa, what's going on here? And I would say, well, at this point, we haven't actually bet any money because I haven't. But double or nothing here. We'll give you a chance to win it all. I will even give you a hint. So you try and tell me what the last card is, because this one is a blue diamond. This one is a red diamond. What is on this card? And so anybody who wants to guess, feel free to go ahead and guess. Put it in chat. Chan says $1. Okay. Actually, while this is actually a good time to shout out E-Room. Guys, if you're not following our friend E-Room Kim, please give E-Room a follow. E-Room, known as the Pope of Indiana, has a lot of different variety streams, does in real life streams, things around outside where he lives, opens random things on stream, plays community games. So please give our friend E-Room a follow. eRoom also a strong supporter of Magic Twitch. So guys, please give eRoom a follow. All right, so Chan says dollar. Ryan B44. By the way, welcome in Ryan B. How's it going? Blue Diamond. All right. C1NRB says green diamond. Chan also says or you owe 100. All right, guys. All right, guys. First of all, I would like to say that Chan the Magic Man is a magician, has seen me perform this trick a lot, and has an unfair advantage. And so, therefore, Chan may have an unfair advantage. However, let me just say, Ryan B and C1NRB, you guys had a very wonderful and great guesses. But also, Chan, you also had wonderful and great guesses. Because today, this is why you do not play Monty with anybody on the street. Also, maybe why you shouldn't play Monty with anybody that you know, such as myself. Because here on this card today, we have Call Me Maybe. And that, my friends, is Color Monty with the Call Me Maybe kicker. Actually, if anybody has the Call Me Maybe emotes, if anybody is a fan of Chan the Magic, or sorry, if anybody's a fan of Chris M. Yee, these are the Chris M. Yee emotes. LOL, says Chan. Chan, did I get you? I got you, right? Alright. I can't afford long distance. I'll get you next time, says Chan. Alright. Oh, man. Okay. You'll get me next time. Alright. I look forward to the day. You know, I do have to keep it spicy sometimes for the other magicians in chat, because the magicians may have also seen these tricks elsewhere besides me, and so it's like, alright, gotta keep you on your toes. Alright, let's see here. Next up, we have a request from Durkee Blaine. Durkee Blaine, thank you so much for the request. Oh, Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for that request for Color Monty. Hopefully you enjoyed. Alright, so I think I'm going to do something a little bit different, because one of the decks of cards that I wanted to show off, because I just found that I had it. So before, you guys knew that I had tarot decks of cards. I have the regular Rider tarot deck, I have the steampunk deck, I had a couple of other ones, but I forgot that I had this one. And so I would like to show you this deck, and then I will perform the ambitious card routine with this deck. So here we go. Let's show off the deck first. This is called Arcus Arcanum Tarot. Hello, Thorn. Welcome in. How's it going? Lazy card routine, says Durkee Blaine. So if anybody's familiar with tarot cards, once again, these have a similar set of cards. Oh, here's some instructions if I want to learn how to do tarot readings. But now over here, so these are basically like super full art, and these are the major arcana. So we have the Chariot, Justice. Damn, keyboard slipped. And then also all of the other cards. So let's say here, so our suits are ace. Sorry, the suits are like wands. So here's Ace of Wands. But anything that's not the ace or I think the king, page, and queen don't have any words on them. You basically just have to like. Oh, there's a number, I guess, at the bottom. So this would be 5 of wands. But like if you compare that to like here's swords, so it's like here's the 4 of swords, and so on. But yeah, every card is basically unique, although the ones that are the same suit have similar like look and feel. And then what's this? This would be like the equivalent of a Joker or something, probably. So, all right. So Durkee Blaine, here, why don't you select actually one of these cards? If you can just name one of the major arcana. So like there's like the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, like the Lovers, the Chariot, the Justice. If you want to select one of these, this can be your selection. And then Halithor says, Nom, are we into mentalism now? I'm not into mentalism, no. I know a bunch of mentalism like concepts. I don't apply them too often, but just once in a while. But Halithorn, welcome in. How's it going, Halithorn? How do you do? All right. The devil says, Durkee Blaine. All right, let's see. So the devil is right here. So here's the devil. So that is going to be your selection. Also, just to make sure that you do not see another. I guess it's really hard to see if there's another devil in here. But just trust me, there's no other devil in here. Oh my god. Okay, so these cards are a little bit bigger than like regular cards. And so it's going to be a little bit tough to do some sleights with them. But let me attempt. Let me attempt. Okay, so here we go. Here we have the devil. If this was signed, I don't want to have this signed, but I could have the card signed in a regular ambitious card routine. Here's what we're going to do. We are now magically connected to the devil. I know that at the end of the stream I'm going to say I didn't make any deals with the devil, so this trick is kind of antithetical to that. However, that's okay. We blame Durkee Blaine this time, so Durkee Blaine selected the devil. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab the devil and place him into the middle of the deck. However, if you are here in chat when I perform other tricks like the devil's elevator, the devil has an elevator. And so the devil knows how to get into his own elevator to get up to the topmost level of hell. So look, watch. I don't know if you know, but believe it or not, the devil has actually hopped back up to the top because here he is, the devil. Now we just discovered that the devil had this power, but the devil just totally wants to show off now. So he wants to show off his. I'm gonna go ahead and place the devil here into the middle of the deck. You clearly see the devil going into the middle of the deck. And importantly, we have not the devil on the top. That's like this might be the two of, I don't know, pentagrams or whatever, pentacles, I guess. However, the devil is going to go ahead and jump back up to the topmost level of hell because look, here is the devil. The devil. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? I mean, I guess it's not that strange because you guys know how the devil's elevator works. However, some people believe magicians do some sort of shenanigans. I'm going to leave this sticking out. You'll know that it's the same devil because there's only one of them in the deck, and it's the devil right there, see? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and place the devil here into this packet. Grab the whole packet and place it into the middle of this packet. And importantly, some people believe the magicians will hide the selection on the bottom. That's not the devil. Or the top. That's not the devil. But now the devil's going to show us what he's made of because he's going to go ahead and jump from the middle of the deck back up to the top. Hellthorn says, you should really try wild cards with tarot cards. It feels weirdly different. Okay, one day I can try that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but here's the devil right there. And that, my friends, is the ambitious card routine with tarot cards with the selection being the devil. Alright, let's hop back up here and catch up with chat. I think I was following. There's not that much going on. Thank you kindly for all those emotes and applause and everybody. So let's see. We've got... Let's see what we got. We have E-Room Dark Mode
yes,
emote. Durkee Blaine, thank you so much for the mind blown. We got Mental from Chan the Magic Man. Infos are mentals. We've got Starfish, Chocolate Starfish from E-Room. And Durkee Blaine's got Claps. Chan's got Nice. And Sus. And then Hellthorn's telling me to use wild card tarot cards. Yep. Thank you kindly for the applause, E-Room. Thank you kindly for the mind blown, Durkee Blaine. And thank you kindly for the clappies and the nom nom. I just realized I verbally said thank you kindly for the clappies. Don't clip that. All right. Yeah. So Fun, fun times. All right. So funny story. I once somebody gave me a tarot reading, and this was shortly after I started getting into magic. And he had his tarot deck, and I was like, I could do this trick with a regular deck of cards, but actually, let me see your tarot deck. And I actually borrowed it from him. I basically did this trick to him with his own deck of tarot cards. So he knew it was not a trick deck or anything, and he was like, "What? Ha!" Turkey Blaine says, "Like your version better than mine. Good kicker." Ah, yes. So that's usually how I end it. For just doing my standard trick. If I'm really feeling the crowd, there's one additional phase I will add, and I either do one of two. Basically, there's one, and I don't think I wouldn't do one of them with the tarot deck, but one of them is you bend the card, you bend the selection, you put the selection in the middle of the deck, and then you visually see at the very end the card is bent right on the top. You just see it visually pop up. So that's one of them. And then the other one is just more interactive. I would do it if I'm physically there, and I would just be like, okay, here, I'll give you half of the deck. We're gonna put it back into your half of the deck, and then they snap. They make it jump back to the top of the deck, and then I say, hey, wait a second, because they check the top card and it's not. I'm like, wait. We said it would jump back to the top of the deck, and somehow it remembers that my half of the deck is the top of the deck, and then it jumps back to my hand. It's from the middle of their packet. So yeah, that is those are my two additional ways to finish, but that's my standard version, which is actually slightly different. Turkey Blaine, if you're familiar with the M tilt, I won't fully say the name, but M tilt. I don't like to use M tilt in my slides. There's actually a couple of reasons why I don't, and there's a couple of reasons why I would, but not in this trick. But it's like the normal standard way of people using a sleight to basically do a thing. So if you understand what I'm saying, awesome. If you don't, that's okay. We can talk later. I do the bend. Oh yeah, so the bend. Yeah, if you once you do the bend, you got to end it there because I don't think there's any way it's gonna top that unless it's like to impossible location. That's probably the only other thing you can do after the bend. But then here's the weird thing, right? Because then they expect the bend to be in the impossible location, so that adds like an additional like wrinkle. Hellthorn says, "Baby's sleeping on me right now, so lack of sleep is getting to me." Duh, dude, Ben, I'm so. You know what? You have my sympathies. I don't know if you know, like I have a 3-year-old now, so I'm well past that. My 3-year-old is basically sleeping through the night. She's doing good, but like, oh jeez, I only ever use TC for ambitious. Oh, okay, all right. I see. Gotcha. Chan Magic Man says, I did ambitious card Jack IRL a month ago after Magic Lab. Different handling with a killer ending. Yeah. There are. So for anybody who's not a magician, the ambitious card routine is one of those tricks where you basically can build modularly, and you can like build the trick to both your skill level and like to the audience, right? So each time the card jumps from the middle back up to the top, you want it to kind of escalate in like how amazing it is, right? Um, but I've seen like an 8 minute, it was like a 22 phase ambitious card routine. A lot of them were kind of the same, but like, um, but it was like a very interesting technical exercise. Like, okay, I understand what he did, but like these last three, like they're all kind of different, but they are basically the same, like to an audience member. A layperson wouldn't be able to tell the difference between like all the versions of ambitious card routine, but like for magicians, right, doing like the weird crazy ones towards the end, or like, so like my ambitious card routine is really only different in the setup at the beginning, for the most part, I guess. My presentation is slightly different, but for the most part, like the rest of it is pretty normal. So Halthorn says, I end my ambitious with either Omnideck or some form of deck switch. Oh man. So I don't really do it much on stream because I think the logistics of ending with the Omnideck on stream is super weird. But I've done Omnideck and Phantom Deck in real life. And oh my god, the reactions to Omnideck and Phantom Deck are amazing. So I don't want to like spoil it for the non-magicians out there, but we've already talked a lot about stuff going on. So let me see. Hold on. Do I have my Omni and Phantom decks handy? Let me quickly go through. Let me see here. How do I want to do this? How do I handle this, guys? Hold on. Okay. You know what? I can use the I can use my Twitch deck. Hold on. Quick check. Okay, good. Okay, so here you see the Twitch deck, right? All right, so we're just gonna go through the whole ambitious routine again, like my way. All right, so it doesn't matter. They get a card selected, and then here's the selection. Okay, so the selection is the Joker. So it's a black Joker assigned dime package. All right, here we go. So that's the selection. Place in the middle of the deck. All right, cool. Snap, it comes. My Phantom deck edges have been stripped clean and need to get a new one. Oh, Halathorn, my sympathies. All right, so here's Dime Package's Joker. We're going to go ahead and place that in the middle of the deck like this. Importantly, we haven't snapped yet, so it's not back on the top. Boom. Okay, that's not their card. But look, if I snap, now it's going to go back from the middle all the way up to the top. In real life, I will have people pull off the card at this point for this one because and now we're going to go ahead and do the, hey, sometimes people think the magicians will swap out a card, but look, you've signed this one, right? And then I can actually show them their signature, right? And so you know that I haven't switched it because, look, their signature is still right there. But look, I'm going to grab this, take it, place in the middle of the deck, take this, grab it, place in the middle of the deck. Importantly, it's not on the top, it's not on the bottom. And then look, we can go ahead and, ironically, the bottom card was the other Joker, but look, I just snapped and ta-da! Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab it and take it and place it into the middle of the deck. Now, actually, wait. Here's the interesting part, right? If they were here, they could go ahead and spread through the deck themselves at this point and be like, okay, so all the cards are there, right? And so here's what we're going to do. Let me hand the deck over to you guys, and then they could actually hold on to the deck. And then I wouldn't flash because, you know, there were, anyway. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and have you hide the deck in between your hands. I know, I see the Chan sus, right? So they're going to hide the deck in between their hands. Hopefully they won't be able to see anything, right? And here they go. I'm going to make the card, the deck disappear from your hands. 1, 2, 3. And then at the end, we basically end and say, hey, the deck has disappeared. Every single card has disappeared. Except for one card. Ta-da! What's a guy got to do to get flashed around here? Yo, Alchemutation, welcome in. How's it going? All right, we'll get back to the flashing in a second. But here, let me just give you a quick preview. Nope. All right. Okay. Sorry. And your card was the Joker. All right, there we go. So that was the rundown. Mostly for the magicians because there's like 3 other magicians in chat. But you guys got to see a sneak peek of like the methodology of what a magician thinks about when they're going to do a trick in a different way or end it differently. So, all right, cool. That was the ambitious card routine, and you guys got to see the tarot deck. It's the new old tarot deck, so it's like the oldest tarot deck that I had, but I didn't know that I forgot that I had it, basically. So. Dirky Blaine says, I did an ambitious kicker once where a spider sort of helped the card pop out of the deck. May have used a cheap spider ring from a quarter machine. Hope that the lingo leads to a reveal for you. Let me see. Spider. Okay. I don't know exactly what you're referring to. I mean, I actually did a trick with a plastic spider before, but I don't know exactly what you're referring to. If there's anything special. Halathorn says, you could try a weird thing with one of the Phantom deck cards. I have used one of the Phantom deck cards in my Fantastic Four trick, basically for the Invisible Woman. So I'll do a color change. She's the Queen of Hearts, and she color changes to a Phantom card. So. Yeah, a lot of people in chat. Let's see. Who do we not get? Guys, if you're not following our friend Halathorn, please give Halathorn a follow. Halathorn, one of the other few magicians on Twitch, and recently had a baby, and so as we were just discussing, has a child sleeping on him right now. So my sympathies. Hopefully you do get sleep and rest. But Halthorn is a gigging magician, and so please give him a follow, give him support. So whenever he's on, he, by the way, does all sorts of magic. I here do sleight of hand card magic mostly. But if you want to see all sorts of stuff, go follow Halthorn. Halthorn will do cards, coins, fire, balloons, drawings, all sorts of things. So please give Halthorn a follow. Halthorn says, I was more thinking of light and heavy card box. Oh! I have the wooden version of light heavy card box called Less is More. I forgot where it is, if it's here or if it's over there. It might not be within immediate reach, but I've shown it on stream I think once or twice. But I'm familiar with light and heavy card box, but I literally just have like the light and heavy. Yeah. See, Alchemmutation says, I, however, do only stupid magic, says Alchemmutation. That is not true. Halthorn says, no fire. Oh! Wait, you do fire? Yeah, you do fire, right? Or no, you don't. You didn't do fire? Anyway. I can also understand if you don't want to perform tricks with fire while there's a child on you. So that makes perfect sense. Turkey Blaine says, pull a guitar out of a hat, Craig. No fire bad for Ben. Okay. Yeah. If anybody wants fire magic, please give InfoZar a follow. InfoXZar. Okay, alright, so that was that trick. Let me do this. Okay, next up we have... Yeah. Alchemmutation says, oh, lol, I'm working on pick to beard. Lol, that is a good idea. You should totally do that. To be fair, I don't know many magic tricks that are just like guitar pick tricks, so... Alright, let's see. I haven't done this version of... So this one's called Too Many Cards. I actually want to use a different set of cards for this. Because I haven't done it in a long time in this way. So let me go ahead and do it in this way. But let me set up. I gotta find some cards here. Okay. Let's see. So far, I have 1.5. Also, beard magic. Oh yeah, beard magic. Halithorn says, oh, for context, I burned down a curtain with flash paper during my first ever paid gig. Oh, no, okay, Halithorn, I remember you telling me the story now. I vaguely remember now. Yes, my sympathies on what happened during that gig. But yes, you learned your lesson and decided never to do fire magic ever again. Okay, that's right. Sorry, just catching up memory. You'll find that once you have a child, you basically just forget everything that's not related to your child. So, all right. Okay, let's see. Next up is a request from eRoom. eRoom, thank you for the request for too many cards. So we're going to do this trick a little bit differently. Normally I'll use regular cards, but today we're going to be using these cards. And so these cards are different. They are letter cards. And so here you'll see that the cards each have a letter. So 26 cards, that's basically enough for about 2 per letter. There are some where there's only one, like there's one Z, one J, one X, but there's like 2 or 3 of like, there's like 3 E's, there's like 3, I think, T's or S's or something. So, I mean, there's a few more. But importantly, what I've set aside is I've set aside C, A, R, D, and S for cards. Hellthorn says, I had brain fog during a show once, haha, all thanks to baby. All right, okay. So, yeah, so that's what we have here for these cards. Okay, lol. You're doing well, AR, only once. Okay. All right, Turkey Blaine says, oh, that sounds fun. I've been working on some flourishes and card handling so I can perform most tricks simply in hands instead of setting up mat, another cam, etc. Yeah. Yeah, doing tricks in hand is really rough. Okay. So, here we have C, A, R, D, and S. All right, so first things first, what I would like to do is I'm going to let you see the C, and we're going to be putting the C into the middle of the packet. All right, so importantly, the C is not on the top, and the C is not on the bottom, but we're going to go ahead and push that in. But if I snap my fingers, that C is going to jump back up to the top. I know, it's a little bit weird, but there it is. Look, once again, I'm going to go ahead and take the C, place it into the middle of the packet. It's not on the top. And look, if I snap, that's going to make the C come back up to the top. I know, super weird, right? But let me go ahead and remove that. And here we're going to do it again. So here we have the A. I'm going to take the A and place it not on the top, not on the bottom, into the middle. But if I snap, that's going to make the A hop back up to the top. I know, it's super weird. Once again, let's go ahead and grab it and place it back into the middle, snap, and that's actually going to make the A jump back up to the top. Hello, Thornton. Ha! You could see that the C is not on the top, not on the bottom. That's right. So look, I'm going to take out the C and the A because maybe before you thought, 5 cards was too many cards, so I took it out. So now I took out the A, and maybe you thought that 4 cards is too many cards. All right. But we can't. Here, we're going to do something a little bit different now. I'm going to turn the packet over. So we have R, D, and S, okay? But if I'm going to place the S in between the R and the D. And if I shake it, that's going to make the S turn face down. I know, that's super weird, right? However, if I now I'm going to go ahead and if I make the S come back. I know, that's super strange. Actually, here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to go ahead and give this a shake, and we're going to have the S turn face down. Then I'm going to take the R and the D, turn that face down, place the S back into the middle like this, and give that a shake. And now the S will turn itself face up. No, that's not right. I just realized that I have not done this trick in a long time, and this is where I'm going to forget how to do the trick. So, okay, hold on. Let me go back to this part where the D and the R was here, and then the S was here. All right, so I have the S. All right, so look, what if I take the S and place it in between the R and the D? Give it a shake, and now look, the S is face down. Cool. All right, so now if I take the D and the R, turn those face down, place the S in between them, give that a shake. Okay, this is where I messed up before. And now the S is now face up. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, cool. So now that I'm back to where I'm supposed to be, all right, you guys are probably thinking there are 3 cards here and you only have 2 eyes. So I'm going to take another one out, and that'll hopefully help you guys out. Okay, so finally we have the D on the top, the R on the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and take the D and place it underneath the R. But if I snap, that'll bring it back up to the top. I know, that's really hard to believe, right? Because here's the D, and there's the R. Okay. So let me go ahead and grab the R, right? And you know what? There's 2 cards, and there's no excuses. You have 2 eyes, so you should be able to follow along. But, I'll do you guys a favor, and I'm just going to go ahead and remove the R. So we should have the D, right? but I don't know if you know, but there were too many cards, and I've removed one, and now there's only one card with your 2 eyes, and you should be able to follow along. But I don't know if you could tell, there's actually no more cards. No, really, there's no more cards, because this is not the D. I swear to you, this is just not the D. I don't have to show you, right? That's just... No, really. What's the card say? Oh, yeah, no. It says no. Yeah, see? No. Not the D, says Jan the Magic Man. Yeah, no, not the D. No. It says no. No D. That's what it means. There's no more cards. No cards. Chan says, And that, my friends, is too many cards with letter cards, and I did mess up a little bit in the middle, but like I didn't reveal the secrets of magic. I just fumbled over my own stuff. So maybe that'll be I think it was because I also used like, so I'm not used to using the letter cards, but I like doing it this way sometimes. So we are left with cars. I mean, yeah, there's no cards, right? So look, we have cars. We have cassers. We have cars. Or wait, we have Scar. You can also have Scar, right? uh, we can also have Sacker. Arcs. Oh yeah, Arcs. That's right. I am scarred, so that fits. Sorry. Alec Mutation, my sympathies. Here's a long distance hug for you. There you go. Don't have scars. I mean, I guess the difference between having scars and not having scars is if you did not actually scar, then you would have bled out. And actually that would have been so yes, go ahead and have scars. That's okay. We didn't want you to have bled out. So, oh, thanks now. Yeah. Yes, have scars, don't bleed out. That's my advice for today. I have all the scars. E-Room's got the super meat boy. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Thanks for the request, Charlie. And it will be for Face Up Oil and Water. Actually, let me take this opportunity to show another deck of cards that I found while I was cleaning. So this is old from my childhood. I think we'll be able to do it this way. Let's see. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me just go back and chat and make sure that I didn't miss anything. Alchemutations says, my dad is here unexpectedly and it's thrown things into the chaos I am working around. My sympathies. Yeah, I got seriously delayed. I was debating whether I should still or not hang out here. Oh, okay. Well, you're welcome to hang out here. Thanks for coming to hang out. I don't want more cameras. Okay, alright, I think I'm caught up. Alright, awesome. Cool. Alright, so another deck that I have found recently, and this is super old. I was a young child. These cards are probably not the best cards, but I did take them out of the box earlier just to make sure that they were in there and they were not disintegrated. But if anybody is familiar with the old cartoon or comic Garfield, this is a deck of cards. This is a Garfield deck of cards. It's specifically Craig flexing his new emote. Nice. Garfield War. So this is a deck of cards from Garfield that was used specifically to play war with. And so let me go ahead and take some of these out. So here's what the backs look like. It just is red and has the word war and has Garfield, the top and the paw. And on the face, we have like just the number, because like suits basically don't matter in war, right? So, and I know that I'm missing a card because I now remember on the instructions card, which by the way, I don't know if anybody really needs instructions for war, but I wrote the number 9 on it. You can barely see it because I wrote it in pen, but I must be missing a 9 from the distribution of this. So, yeah. Okay, so first things first. I'm going to need to see if I can find 4 of the same cards. So let's see here. What is kind of distinct? So like you wouldn't mix up 1 with 6s, right? So let's hope I have 4 6s and 4 1s. Okay, good. We have all of those. All right, excellent. Garfield of War. Yes, Garfield of War. That's right. So, we are going to be performing Face Up, Oil, and Water with the old Garfield deck of cards. I'm not sure how well this is going to go, so just wish me luck. All right, so this is mostly done face up. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take one of the 6s and place it amongst the 1s, and take one of the 1s and place it face up amongst the 6s. Now, this is a little bit tricky because these are both bridge sized and not what I'm used to, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and snap, and actually that's going to kick the 6 back over to here and the 1 back over to here, because now if I show you, here's all the 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. Same thing over here. These are all 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4 6s. Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place 2 1s over here, 2 1s over there, and I'm going to place 2 6s over here, 2 6s over here. I'm going to take 2 6s, place it on 2 1s, 2 1s, place it on 2 6s. And here's what we're going to do. Once again, we're going to go ahead and do our snap. That's actually going to kick. See, so if you guys could see faster than the camera is recording, when magicians say that they're doing a snap, oftentimes it's for effect, and really that's the truth most of the time. But for this time, I'm actually using the snap to kick the cards that are in the wrong pile into the right pile. I know that's really hard to believe, but now if we take a look over here, you're going to see 6s, because look, 1, 2, 3, 4 6s, and over here you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. I know, that's super weird, right? Okay, so here's the only part that's going to be like face down-ish. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of each of these, and I'm going to swap them. So I'm going to place this 1 over here and this 6 over here, and we're going to go ahead and turn these face down and put them in amongst each other like this. And then once again, I'm going to go ahead and do our magical snap, and that's going to kick them into the correct pile. Because now take a look over here in the 6s. We have 6, 6, 6, and 6. And over here we have 1, 1, 1, and 1. And that, my friends, is Face Up, Oil, and Water using Garfield cards. Garfield War cards, I guess. This is the best way to describe it. All right, there we go. So if anybody wants to see more of the cards here, there it is. Let's see. Wait, E-Room says, take the Christmas ornament cards, cut them into 2 piles without turning any cards. Bridge shuffle the 2 piles. Now take the shuffled ornament cards, shuffle them with the large deck. What? Hold on. All right. Okay, we're gonna hop back over here. Anyway, so let me hold on. I gotta read your request again, E-Room, before. All right. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was Face Up, Oil, and Water. Thank you kindly for that request, Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you enjoyed, or at least enjoyed seeing the Garfield cards, because that was a blast from the past for me. I was like, what? No way. I still have these? Like, cannot believe. How old are they? I probably remember having them from like, I don't know, middle school or high school, like that long ago. Hold on. Let me see if there's a year on this box. Yo, this is a bicycle. These are bicycle cards? No. Alright, well they definitely don't feel like bicycle cards, but it has like the bicycle game. Oh no. That's weird. It's bicycle games logo on the back. Yeah. Alright, but hold on. Let me see if there's a year on this thing. No, okay, sorry. That's Garfield characters. All right, sorry. There's no way that this game came from 1978. No way. This is definitely probably from the 90s, I'm guessing, if I had to peg it. Yeah, there's no like manufacturing date, but the bottom indicates that it's the Garfield characters are copyright 1978. There is a chance that perhaps it was destroyed on like a separate card or like hopefully it wasn't like on this part where it's like kind of ripped, but I doubt it would be there. Okay, all right. So eRoom has requested a scandalous shuffle. So let me read this again. Take the Christmas ornament cards, cut them into two piles without turning any cards. Bridge shuffle the two piles. All right, that already sounds difficult. Now take the shuffled ornament cards and shuffle them with the large deck. What? All right. I'm just going to follow those instructions verbatim and just hope that it's correct. And if there's some misinterpretation, I'm sorry. English is a living language and difficult. I mean, my excuse is I'm Asian. I'm sticking to it. All right. Okay, let's see. So first let's introduce the cards if anybody is not aware. So here we're talking about the Charlie Brown Christmas shaped playing cards that are the ornament playing cards. So let me take this out first. These cards are unruly already. This box is like the stupidest thing too. It is not like the best thing to store this deck. Although the one thing I will give it props for is everything is made out of cardboard, so it is at least environmentally friendly. So there's no like plastic in it. Okay, all right. So let me read this. Okay. Take the Christmas ornament cards, cut them into two piles. Cut. Okay. Without turning any cards, bridge shuffle the two piles. Oh. So like this? Do you want the ends in at each other? I don't know. All right. How about this? I cut. All right, here we go. I cut. I don't turn any of the two piles. Bridge shuffle. Okay. All right. Oh man, did I break something? Oh no, that would be very bad. Okay. Yes, like that, but tops facing each other. Oh, okay, I see. All right. Tops facing each other. Better. Okay. Here we go. Tops facing each other. All right. Okay. Hold on, guys. We can do this. We got this. Scandalous Shuffle Phase 1. Okay. Scandalous Shuffle Phase 1. Okay. And cut them in two piles without turning cards. Bridge shuffle the two piles. Oh, sorry. I didn't do the bridge. All right. That's probably... Okay, now take the shuffled ornament cards and shuffle them with the large deck. Oh. Okay, so now here's the large deck that I can at least... Wait. Oh, no. This is not the large deck. Sorry. This is at least the large deck that I can do stuff with. Here's the large deck. Okay, so for anybody who's never seen the large deck before, here's the large deck. Good enough. Now show me the large deck. Okay, here we go. So, oh yeah. This deck is about the size of 4 regular cards, roughly. It's a little bit smaller, but there you go. Okay, so... Alright. Okay, I don't even know if there's a place where I can like get a grid. Actually, right here is maybe guaranteed to be. Oh god. Hold on, that was not very good. Let's try that again. Okay, a lot better. Except for the top. Oh, come on. Alright. Wait for it. Alright, eRoom, we're gonna get this for you. We're gonna get this for you because I'm stubborn. Okay, it was not a very good riffle, but they are at least integrated. And I don't think I ripped anything. I hope I didn't rip anything. I don't know if I could get the Charlie Brown ornament cards again. This is like my only set. So a lot of decks that I get now that I think I like, I get 2 copies for backup. But like this is from my past and not like... Alright, here we go. All right, everybody, full glory of the Scandalous Shuffle, doing ornament cards and big cards into a weird, and they are a little bit chunked, but I think it's because I can't really get even riffles from both sides. But yes, so there we go. That's as good as we're going to get it. Okay, so now let me attempt an extraction. That sounds so weird. Like I'm a dentist going to be doing some teeth work or something. Let me do an extraction. Come on, guys. Open up. It's almost Halloween. You're gonna eat your candy? You better come visit me after. Better come get get your extractions. Here, extraction. Here, little kitties. Come get your extraction. I am hysterical right now. Ay. All right. I don't know if there's any more left in here. Hold on. Okay, I think we got them all. I'll just double check. All right, that looks about good. And then fixing up the Charlie Brown ones. Yeah. All right, this is a little torturous. Actually, I don't even know how easy it is to fix these. Maybe I'll have to do it after. I mean, guys, if you're suffering from this, blame eRoom, because it was a scandalous shuffle, and eRoom requested. I mean, I guess I'm okay with this. I have to be right. I allowed the redeem. I allowed the redeem. Therefore, I am implicitly allowing it. Wow, this is actually a lot harder to get like neatonized than I thought. We're almost there, though. Almost there. Hold on. Very close. Okay, all right, we did it. All right, there we go. All fixed. Oh, man. I actually think cleaning up was actually harder than actually doing the shuffle. The shuffle, it did look like I struggled a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. The actual cleanup was like, wow, this is taking way longer than it should. All right. And then next up we have Ace on top, requested by Jen, the Magic Man. All right, well, we already have the big cards out. So, let's go find the 5, the 4. All right, guys, we're doing it, I guess. This is what stream does to me. eRoom has actually found the secret hack to do. It's like, hey, you want Nam to use a weird deck of cards? Yeah, just do a scandalous shuffle, and eventually you'll get it. Well done. Secret hack. eRoom's cracked the code. All right. Okay, so we are going to... Oh, man. These cards are so big that they reflect so much light that this camera dims. Hold on. Oh, wow. Look at that difference. You guys can see that on stream, right? Like, look. And then I spread them out. Look at how dark it gets. Oh, man. All right. Let me see if I can even do this. All right. Here we go, guys. We are going to attempt... Ace on top with gigantic cards. All right. First things first. I don't want you to think of this as a game. Sorry, as a trick as much as it is a game. Auto exposure is unhinged. Yep. So here we have an ace, followed by a 2, followed by a 3, followed by a 4, and then followed by a 5. Now, I don't know if you could tell, but it is really difficult to hold just gigantic cards, right? And so, here's what I'm going to do. I want to show you the magical move. Here we go. Magical move is happening right now. Oh, yeah. So this is not so much a trick as it is a game. You're going to try to figure out which card's on top. And if you're ever in doubt, you should guess the ace or the next one that comes in order. So, important question. What card is on the top? Alchemy Mutation says ace. Man, you heeded my advice. Correct! Look, here's the ace. All right, excellent. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take the ace out. And now, what's going to follow the ace? Now, if you have any questions as to... So after I take out the ace, it's going to be the next one in ascending order. So it should be the... You guessed it, the 2. Yes, that's right. If you guessed the 2, that's correct. All right. So, and then, all right. So what's going to be next? It's going to be the lol. I failed. It's actually going to be the 3 right here, right? So here's the 3, and then finally the 4 and the 5. Important question. What card is this? Alchemy, here's another chance to play the game. Ace! Alright. Guys, if you guess ace, and here's the thing, for those of you who would not guess ace, is this not on top now? Because look, take a look. It is the ace! Look at that. I'm going to take a swig of water because I'm getting way too excited. By water, I mean black tea, but anyway. Neither here nor there. Okay, so what follows the ace should be the 2, followed by the 3, and then the 4, and then the 5. All right, important question. Craig, here's your chance to play again. What card's on top? Augmentation says what? Ace. All right, perfect. Because I didn't do any magic here. It really is the ace. It literally is just there. I did nothing. All right. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take the ace, and I'm going to place it into the middle of the packet. Importantly, it's not on the top, see? And then it's also not on the bottom, see? Okay, but I'm going to place it, I'm going to push it into the packet. Now if I snap, that's going to bring the ace back up to the top. Nope, that's not the ace. It's because it's bigger, and I need to do way more snaps. It's about 4 times as big, so I needed 4 snaps. Okay? Alright, so here we go. Now the ace should be on top, right? No, that's not right. Okay, no. I know what I did. I overshot. There's actually 2. I did too many snaps, so now I have to reset. Okay. Now I need to do the 4. Okay, alright. And now we should have the ace being on the top, right? Because look, there it is. Okay, excellent. Alright, so now look, if I take the ace and I place it clearly in the middle, so if I place it like right here, right, it's definitely going into the middle. It's not on the top, not on the bottom. Okay, but look, now I have to make sure I get the totally correct number of snaps here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now the ace should be on top because it's about 4 times as big as a regular. Man, this is so hard. Okay, all right, but here we go. Ready? The ace should be here. There, yes, all right. I got the right number of snaps, guys. Don't switch to big decks until you know how many snaps. I tried to make that rhyme, but it doesn't really. If I was a rapper, I probably could have, but I'm not a rapper, so. Okay, so we have 4 cards left. Alright, what card follows the ace? It should be the 2, right? Okay, so there's the 2. Alright, so here we go. I'm now going to take the 2 and place it furthest away from where it's supposed to be. Yeah, you have to know how to handle a big deck. Exactly. I'm going to place the 2 furthest away from where it's supposed to be. So right here. Right? Okay. Okay, and now, but wait. I need to snap the correct number of times. So hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now it's the correct number of snaps. So now look, if I turn over the top card, that should be the 2. All right. Okay. Excellent. So now if I take out the 2, you know what? Would you believe that I could do this trick with the cards face up, with the gigantic cards face up, right? Here. So here's the deck, or the packet right now. So in order for this to work, so here's the order of the cards. In order for this to work, the ace has to hop all the way up to the top. The 3's got to go slide down to the middle. The 4's got to take over 1. The 5's got to jump down to the bottom. And the 2's got to jump all the way up here. And that's all of the changes that needs to occur in order for this to fix itself, right? However, there's only one thing I need to do. And that thing is, let me just show you, I need to find the ace. And I'm going to slide out that ace and place it on the top. Now, you guys know that the ace is on the top because you see it. But what you may not know is that the ace has now self-corrected the rest of the packet because what follows the ace? Get ready for auto exposure darkness. Or sorry, eclipse time. Eclipse time. What follows the ace? The 2. What follows the 2? The 3. What follows the 3? The 4. What follows the 4? The 5. What follows the 5? Auto exposure eclipse. Yeah! Look at that. All right. And that, my friends, is ace on top with gigantic cards. Alchemy says, come on! Flips everything. And Chan, thank you kindly for the applause. Oh, man. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, E-Room, Chan the Magic Man. All right. Hopefully that was really fun. That was kind of fun for me. I was struggling a little bit in there, but I made it work. I covered. If you guys haven't seen that trick before, then nobody would have known anything would have happened. If I did that out in the open, I mean, I probably would have never used gigantic cards, but I mean, worked out amazing. Alchemutations says the pole shift happens because I flipped it. Oh, guys, I don't know if you heard that the world's magnetic poles, they're starting to shift. It's actually Craig's fault. That's the reason why. I don't know what you did or how you did it, Craig, but amazing. Chan, thank you kindly for the lurk. And Craig, thank you kindly for the clap. It's my fault, you said. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, Alchemmutation has requested you can't choose this card, and then we have a Charlie's Beats request for you can't. Oh, sorry, Revolver fully loaded after that. Okay, cool, awesome. So let me quickly check on what I need to do here. Let's go ahead and hold on. I'm gonna quickly prep for Revolver as I figure out if I can dress up you can't choose as something. But I think we're going to end up doing... Alright, we'll probably end up doing this. So let's do it this way. Okay, alright. Chan says, have a good rest of your stream. Thank you kindly, Chan. Thank you for coming to hang out, saying hi. And guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. And Chan the Magic Man, one of the other few magicians that has a magic schedule on Twitch. Give him a follow. Catch him on Magic Mondays. All right. Cool. All right. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Craig, you requested you can't choose. Okay. And I believe you are the ace of clubs, right? Is that right? In the Twitch deck? Okay. All right. We're going to grab this, and then we are going to... Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Very carefully. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, Craig, I've set you aside here, the ace of clubs. over here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Now I want you to find and choose the card that you believe is the 9 of diamonds. Okay, the 9 of diamonds is going to be the card for you to find. All right. However, this other card is also the 9 of diamonds. This other card is also the 9 of diamonds. And then this last card right here, I mean, I don't know if you can guess, is also a 9 of diamonds. So it actually should be pretty easy for you to find a 9 of diamonds and win, right? However, let me go ahead and I just spread these cards out. And Craig, if you are there, go ahead and select one of these that you believe is the 9 of diamonds. I'll go ahead and mark your selection with your card. And then we'll see if you're correct. Full disclosure, the name of the trick. All right, I'm going to assume that's you, Craig. All right, let's mark that one. All right, Craig's locked in, everybody. Okay, if anybody who's playing at home, yep, all right, awesome. For anybody else who's playing at home, if you'd selected this card and you thought that this was the 9 of diamonds, incorrect. Look, that happens to be an ace of diamonds. If you're playing at home and you're selecting this one, well, unfortunately, that is incorrect because that is the ace of hearts. And if you're playing at home and you selected this one, well, this is the ace of spades. Well, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but look, all of the aces are here. Except, well, there can't be a duplicate one, right? So, Craig, I don't know if you know, the name of the trick is you can't choose, in this case, the 9 of diamonds. But congratulations, you have selected the... Oh, no, it's a joker, sorry. Ha 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 ha! I don't know if you know. The ace of stars, says E-Room. Alchemy Mutation, my sympathies. You cannot choose the 9 of diamonds. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed, and thank you for playing along. Actually, I don't know if you knew, but look, the ace of clubs, if you look very closely at the ace of clubs, right, where you signed, look, if you just look within yourself, you'll be able to find the 9 of diamonds. There you go. It was in you all along. All right. And that, my friends, was you can't choose the 9 of diamonds. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps, E-Room and Alchemy Mutation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I feel nauseous. I'm sorry, Alchemy Mutation. Is it because you have 9s of diamonds in your stomach? Is that why? You just need to find them within you and extract them. Pull them out. Take them away from you. I think I forgot to tell you, 9s of diamonds, they're actually poisonous. Like, you should not consume them. They're not edible or eatable. Like, it was me all along. Says Greg. Oh no. Yeah, oh no is right. You have to leave. All right. Well, hopefully you can evacuate your bowels as quickly as it takes to remove the poisonous stuff. All right. Next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats called Revolver Fully Loaded. All right, so here we have Ace of Hearts, 2 of Hearts, 3 of Hearts, 4 of Hearts, 5 of Hearts, and 6 of Hearts. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fire off each one of these hearts because they are love arrows. But you're welcome to use your bullet sounds and your hand guns. I just made a mess. Curse you now, says Craig. So everybody get your finger bullets ready, and we can say bang! And that's actually going to fire off the first bullet. In this case, the ace will turn itself face down. Because if we take a look, We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 6, and there is our ace face down. Now, we're going to go ahead and fire off our second heart bullet arrow. And go ahead and... Hey, oh, hey, E-Room! Oh, relax, man. Okay, all right, E-Room's got the bullet covered. Now, if we take a look, we have the 5, 4, 3, 6. There's our 2, and here's our ace. Okay, next up we need to fire the third heart bullet. And so here we go. Ready? Get your hand bullets ready. Oh, alchemy mutation! Okay, alright. Man, people are starting to get a little trigger happy now. But look, take a look. So now we have our 5, our 4. Wait, is it E-Room? Oh my god, there's so many bullets flying! Okay, so look, we have our 5, 4, 6, ace, 2, and then here's our 3. And then now we're going to go ahead and fire off our fourth bullet, which was already prematurely fired off because, look, E-Room has fired it. Because, look, here's our 5, 2, ace, 6. Oh, my God, so many bullets, guys. Here's our 3. Sorry, here's our, yeah, so there's our 4. Okay, so now we're going to fire off the 5. All right, so here we go. And then this was Alchemy Mutation's second bang today. Oh my god, Alchemy Mutation's third bang today. Are you just saying that because you just wanted to hear me say Alchemy Mutation's third bang? Is that it? Is that why? Okay, because look, now look, here. A 100% Alchemy Mutation says. Here's the 6, the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. So there's the 5. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and 6. Oh, okay, all right. E-Room wanted to get the sixth one in there because, you know, E-Room wanted to get a third bang today as well. All right, and so now I have to look. Here's the 4, the 3, the 2, the ace. There's our 6, and here's the 5. Now, for those of you who have seen this trick before, look, we're gonna here. Let me turn the 6 back over. So here's what we're gonna look. So if we take a look, hey, E-Room, we're transporting. So look, if I show you all of these cards, you would have thought that with all the gunfire and all the trigger happy people in chat, hey, Alchemy Mutation. So there's the ace. Here's a 2. Here's a 3. Here's the 4. Here's the 5, and here's the 6. But with all of those bullets flying, I don't know if you could tell, but everybody who was in blue, they actually all got shot. All of them got shot, and they are all bloody now because of you guys. Because all the shots from E-Room and Alchemy Mutation's got his fourth bang in. Because hey, fifth bang in, and if we take a look, here we go. Actually, this is a bloodbath. Look, everybody is bloodied. Everybody has. Look, nobody made it. None of the cards are blue. They're actually all red because they're all bloody red from you guys. I hope you guys are happy. Okay, I hope you guys are happy. That, my friends, is Revolver fully loaded, fully interactive with the bang, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for that request, Charlie's Beats. And I know that E-Room and Alchemy Mutation enjoyed. I mean, because who doesn't enjoy getting their third or fourth bang in a day? See, Alchemy Mutation agrees. 1 in 1 Alchemy Mutations agree. There we go. Keys and Mouse TV. Good trick, says Keys and Mouse. Welcome in, Keys and Mouse. How are you doing today? I don't know if there's anybody else who is new besides Keys and Mouse, but I might as well introduce myself. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian. Spelled this weird way. Actually, let me... Spelled this weird way. And I like to do sleight of hand card magic on Twitch, so that's basically what I do. Thank you, and I'm doing well. Awesome. Well, welcome in. One Alchemy Mutation just wants to get another bang in today. All right. Yeah, I like to do sleight of hand card magic here on Twitch. I kind of operate it like a music stream, so if you know what the names of tricks are, you can request tricks from my trick list, which is currently pinned in chat. So it's StreamerSonglist, and I'm hoping that keys and mouse TV, that means like piano keys. Is that correct? I'm just throwing that out there. Thanks for pulling that up, Craig. But yeah, if anybody, it does, lol. Yeah, so yes, I use StreamerSonglist, but there's no songs in there. Literally all tricks, all of them except for one are magic. So, but anyway, yeah. And if you don't know what to request, you can do random request, and we'll put something in there. All right, cool. So it does, lol. Sweet, yeah. All right, keys and mouse. All right. I don't know if we've crossed paths, so let me give you a follow. I actually hang out in a bunch of music chats, and I mod for a couple of pianists. So it's Nam's lying. He's all magic. Alchemmutation says I'm all magic. All right. Currently the queue is empty. If anybody wants to see anything, feel free to request. Let me do my obligatory trick that I want to do every single stream because I want to keep it fresh. So we will do that one next. So let me get that one ready. And all right, here we go. So this one is the basic coin matrix. If anybody's seen it before, it is the one in which we make 4 coins. Alchemmutation says, I want stale tricks only. All right. Well, Alchemmutation, you can easily do that. There are several tricks that I think I have not done in 3 months, and those are probably the most stale tricks. All right, so I'm going to cover each coin with a card, like so. And we're going to go ahead and make coins teleport from corner to corner. All right, here we go. Sorry, transport from corner to corner. From here to there. First one happens pretty quick. Boom, watch. Here, this one's going to go from here to there. Boom. And then the last one's going to go from here to there. Boom. There we go. And that, my friends, is the basic coin matrix. Okay. Whoo! All right. That's why I requested the last one, 4 months. Good call, man. Thank you for requesting that one. Actually, you know what? Let me do the other one. I'm also practicing this one. So this is the cardless version. So let's see. I have 4 coins here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're gonna do it, but without any cards. So here we go. And then we're going to move this one up there. And then we're going to move one of these over here. No cards means I have to substitute real magic instead. I mean, yeah, that's obviously the case. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, and we'll just get this last one. And that, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. All right. Lol. Yeah, I don't do my disclaimer until the end of the stream, but I can just give you a preview. Everything that you see here is sleight of hand magic. I don't make any deals with the devil, no black magic, no sorcery. But even if I did have real magic, I would claim all of those things anyway because perfect cover story. I would not want to be captured by the government and tested and poked and prodded and being like, yo, how does this guy use real magic? So yeah, that's thank you, Kelly, for the claps, Alchemmutation. So yes, that is, there we go. All right, excellent. Man, we've done a lot of ridiculous things tonight. So we big cards, we had Garfield cards, we did tarot cards. I guess nobody actually redeemed any of that stuff. I just volunteered it. So, oh, we even showed the different ending for the ambitious. Yeah, fun stuff. Nam is a jolly trickster, nothing more. Move along. No, move along. Wait. These are not the droids you were looking for. Here's my question. So if somebody was strong in the Force and Obi-Wan attempted to Force trick them, would they just move along, or would they actually be affected, or would they know that they're being influenced? Like, that's my question, right? And I presume, like, we've never seen them do it on a droid. Could a droid be affected by a force influence as well? See, they would know, I would think. And like, how much better at the force would you be? Like, for example, Bree TV. Thank you so much for the follow, and welcome in. Um, so yeah, they would do whatever George Lucas told them to. Lol. Yeah, if somebody who was like way stronger in the Force, like let's say like Yoda, right, attempted to affect mind of like Luke Skywalker, like in the from A New Hope, would he be so much more influential in Force affect mind? Like, would Luke notice? Like, I don't know. 100% truth. All right. Thank you for this heat map. All right, let me go ahead and attempt to eat it. Delicious. All right, let's see here. So we just got, and then we got, okay, we do have a request from Alchemy Mutation. So let me go ahead and, actually, we can do the prep for that on camera. So thank you for the request, Alchemy Mutation. So first we're going to find all of the aces, because it's called the ace assembly. Oh, are they all still on the top? Oh yeah, they're mostly still on the top. Okay, good. I didn't have to do, wait, oh, I gotta find one more. Okay, cool. All right, excellent. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's actually do it this way because Craig requested. All right, first things first, let me introduce you to all the aces. We have the ace of hearts, we have the ace of spades, we have the ace of diamonds, then we have the ace of clubs, which we will use as the leader ace because Alchemy was the one who requested this trick. And so we will use the ace of clubs as the leader ace instead of the ace of spades, which I happen to know is Charlie's Beats. But so here are the other aces. We're going to go ahead and lay the other aces out like this. And we're going to collect all the aces here by the end of the trick. So that is the hope. So I'm going to place 3 other cards onto each pile like this. And we're going to square up. Okay. So now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to confess that I am not the true magical talent of the stream. If anybody's been here before, you guys know who the true magical talent of the stream is. I will introduce them to you. Here we go. If you guys are not aware, the true magical talent of the stream is the deck sock. So for anybody who knows who Penn and Teller are, I am the pen to the deck sock's teller. And so, the deck sock will be doing the magic here. So first the deck sock's going to grab the ace from this pile and place it into this pile. I don't know if you saw the deck sock do it, but if we take a look, there's actually, all hail the deck sock, says Alchemy. There's no aces here because that ace has hopped down here. So we knew that the ace of clubs was here. There's some other card. There's actually E-Room's card. There's E-Room. And then there's another card. And then the ace of diamonds has hopped from there to here. Okay. Next up, let's go ahead and have the deck sock do the second pile. 1, 2. And I don't know if you saw the deck sock take the ace from that pile and place it into this pile, but take a look. There's no aces in this pile. We actually see Chan the Magic Man was in that pile. So, but look, if I show you, we knew that the ace of clubs was there, right? And we knew E-Room was here, right? But we knew that the ace of diamonds, and then also now the ace of spades has jumped from here to there. And then finally, for this last one, deck sock will touch and touch. And I don't know if you know, but if I show you now, look, we have the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, and of course the Ace of Clubs. Now, at this point, you're probably thinking, shenanigans, and to that I would say, you're watching a sleight of hand card magic stream, what do you expect? But look, if you're skeptical, let's go ahead and do one kind of like visually, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Ace of Clubs, place it into this pile here. Okay. And what we have here is our other aces. If you were here, I would ask you to go ahead and place your hand on top of this packet so that there's no way I would be able to get in there without you knowing. But since you are not here, I'm going to go ahead and use my computer mouse. This is actually the mouse that I'm using to control stuff, so if I accidentally click on stuff, I'm sorry. And here we're going to extract that ace from that pile through your hand. And so here we go. 1, 2, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but look, here in my hand we have the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, and the Ace of Clubs. And now I could ask you to take your hand off of the cards, and you would be able to look through these cards yourself if you were not here, but if you were here. And there's no aces here. And that, my friends, is the Ace Assembly. E-Room's got the Bree TTV. Thank you so much for the bits. Greatly appreciate it. Coming in here, giving me a follow, and then also giving me bits. So thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Bree TTV, thank you so much. I'm going to assume, Bree TTV, you are a streamer. I'm going to go ahead and give you a follow. I don't know if we've crossed paths before, but yeah, I'm just going to do that. And if you want to let me know if you do stream and what you stream, awesome. If you don't, that's okay. You don't have to. No obligation. But if you would like to, I would like to know. Anyway, that was Bluff Ace Assembly. Thank you for the request. Alcommutation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let's see. If anybody wants to make a request, everything is open right now. I'm thinking about ending in about, let's say, 20 minutes. So actually, this is probably a good time for a last call. If anybody would like to make any requests, we'll put them into the queue. I'll do those, and then we will still close out. And I always put a finale trick at the end, so we will definitely get at least some more magic before we close out. Chris M. Yee, welcome in. How's it going? Oh, Chris, thank you for the attempted random, and that you got a one that I performed to recently. Good, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing pretty well for the most part. Can't complain. A little bit tired, but I mean, part of it's my fault, so I can't really blame anybody else. Chris, how are you doing? Guys, if you're not following our friend Chris M. Yee, please give Chris M. Yee a follow. Chris M. Yee, variety streamer, plays a bunch of different games. Also is the host of the Clip M. Yee show, who features a lot of clips across the Twitchiverse. So please give Chris a follow. Also found out that Chris M. Yee is expecting. I mean, Chris M. Yee isn't pregnant, but his partner is pregnant. So, so woo, yeah. All right. Let's see. This is also a good time to. I think we saw a couple of new people in chat. Hi, my name is Nam. I'm Crazy Asian. I like to perform sleight of hand card magic on stream. This is how I run my stream. Here we go. A bunch of people might have seen a bunch of cards signed. If anybody wants to sign a card and support, here's how you can sign a card. I think about half of the Twitch deck is currently signed. And then when we go through a deck, we will completely replace it with another deck, and then people can sign a card again. But if you are here and you request a trick, I like to try and use your card if possible for the trick you request. And if I get to know you over time, we've made so many fun stories about like people in chat and like all of our friends in the community and everything. So that's always a fun thing to do. Let's see here. All right. Whoa, we got a bunch of things in chat now. All right. I mean, sorry, in the queue. So excellent. All right, let's begin with oil and water as requested by Chris M.Ye as a random request. So I happen to know that Chris M.Ye is 2 of spades, so let's go ahead and at least find 2 of spades. And we'll need a couple of other black spot cards, so let's get those. So here's Chris M.Ye. All right, so we'll use those, and we'll use red face cards. All right, so I think at a glance, you would not mix up black spot cards with red face cards, right? So we'll do oil and water with these cards. All right, so here we have the black spot cards. Here we have red face cards. At a glance, you would not mix them up, right? Now, how a lot of magicians will do oil and water, it's a trick that they say, hey, some of these cards are heavier than others. And to that, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, it's not about the weight, it's about the density of it. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. And they talk about like the color of the ink and how it makes card. And I'm just like, no. This is, to me, this is a simulation. I'm going to simulate that the black spot cards and the red face cards are oil and water. It's just a simulation. You, Chris M.E. says, you are my density. Which, if anybody knows the reference, hint, it's a time travel movie. Anyway, yeah, that's man. I just realized I haven't seen that movie in a very long time. All right, so first things first. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to go ahead and intertwine these cards. So here we are going to have a black and then a red card. We'll do it again. Have a black and a red card. All right, so here's black, a red, black, and red. And if we just give it a second, these cards should separate because of the simulation of oil and water. Chris, I'm glad you got it. Yo, Chris, I would be very embarrassed if I did not know that that was from, anybody else get it? Back to the Future, Part 1. All right, cool. So now if we take a look at the bottom card, that is a black spot card. And we take a look at the top card, that is a red face card. And here's the interesting thing. If we take a look at all of the top cards, they are all of the red face cards that have now come up to the top. And we take a look at all of the bottom cards, they are all black spot cards. All right, I don't see an applause, so therefore everybody was not impressed, and I have to do the next part of this. I have to try and impress you. Okay, here we go. Red face cards. Black spot cards. Now, last time the black spot card sunk down to the bottom, and I started with black, and maybe that was not that impressive to you guys. So here, instead of starting with a black spot card, maybe instead I should start with a red face card. So here we go. Red face card. Black spot card. Red face card. Black spot card. Red face card. All right, we'll speed this up. Black spot card, red face card, black spot card. And now, we just give it a second to separate. The simulation just has to run, right? There you go. We're simulating it. Could I end the trick here as like a comedy routine? Like, haha, they've separated! Ta-da! No? Okay. All right. Nobody wants that. All right. All right. So, look, I started with a red face down card. So if you're following logic, this should be red. But if you're following the logic of the simulation, this should be black. And so let's take a look. So the bottom card is black. And the top card is red. The bottom card is black. Top card is red. Bottom card, black. Top card, red. Bottom card, black, top card is red. And that, my friends, is Oil and Water. Oh yeah, if anybody is seeing like little random blips on the screen, those are heat maps. So when we do an interactive trick, we can have people selecting cards and voting and stuff. Actually, I'll hop back over to the other screen. If anybody wants to try it out, go ahead and click. If you're on desktop, click directly on the screen, and you'll see a little heat map icon show up right where you click. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps. E-Room, Ryan B, Chris M.Y. And Chris M.Y, thank you so much for the request. Obi-Wan, welcome in. How's it going? And everyone. Hello, how are you doing? Alright, let me clear that. Let's see. And I also like to eat the heat maps, so here we go. Delicious. And if anybody wants to keep count, boom, I eat the heat maps. I've eaten a lot of heat maps, guys. Oh, yeah, so let me hop back up here for a second, and let's shout out our friend, Obi-Wan. Guys, if you're not following our friend, Obi-Wan, please give Obi-Wan a follow. Obi-Wan currently a variety gamer, but also plays guitar on stream, usually practice guitar streams. But currently playing Divinity Original Sin 2, so give him a follow. Check him out. Let's see here. All right, next up we have Triumph, and actually, I'm going to go ahead and close the queue. Actually, I'll close the queue after this trick. If anybody wants to get anything else in, and then I'm actually thinking maybe McDonald's Aces is probably a good finale trick, so we may end on that one. All right, cool. All right, where were we? I actually didn't change the spread. We are actually going to need a card selected. So if anybody would like to select the card, go ahead and just click directly on the screen if you're on desktop, and we will choose that one. We just need one selection. If there's multiple, that's okay. We'll resolve it somehow. We sometimes have voting battles. All right, I see one person has clicked directly on the screen, and it is this card. It does not matter that I know what it is, mostly because I'm also going to take a look at it. So we just need chat to remember what it is. And so if you want to type in chat, that's fine too. And they are all different. They're not the same. That'd be weird, right? All right, here we go. And that selection is the black Joker that has Dime Package's signature on it. So I'm glad that our Jokers are unique, because the other one is the red one, and that's signed by Kimuraki, which I sometimes mispronounce as Kimuraki. But anyway, perfect, nailed it. All right, got it. Yo, for some reason, Alchemmutation, you are drawn to this particular Joker today, huh? That is totally, yeah, right? Okay, so let me let me eat these heat maps here. All right. Okay. So let me go ahead and lose this Joker into the middle of the deck, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do some shuffling. Black and white Joker is my spirit animal. Wow, I did not know that. All right. So, importantly, it should be lost. Now we're going to do something extremely weird. We're going to be shuffling some of the cards face up into face down cards. Yes, you heard it right. It's going to pain me more than it pains you, because I have to clean up after it. But here we go. Oh God, it even pains me to do the shuffle. All right, but okay. Here's we got some cards face up, face down, a little bit messed up. And look, we even have, so here, let me just show you how messed up things are. We have a back to a front. We have a front to a back. We even have a back to a back. Yeah, and so now, as with many tricks, if I don't know how to proceed, I consult the true magical talent of the stream, which, let's give it a round of applause for the deck sock. Man, I can't talk English today. That's I'm Asian. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Can't talk English good today. All right. So the deck sock is going to fix all of the mistakes. Here we go, deck sock. Fix the mistakes. I don't know if you saw the deck sock. Keys and Mouse TV says, can't English, no good. Alec Mutation says, English are hard. E-Room, thank you for applauding for the deck sock, because certainly I don't deserve it. It's all the deck sock. All right. All right, deck sock, what do I do? Spread. You mean the deck, right? Please tell me you mean the deck. All right. Deck sock says I need to spread the deck. Yes, it's just the deck. All right, okay. Here we go. Everything is now correctly facing in the right direction. Everything except for one card. This one. Spread them, says Algomutation. Big Ducky Snow, welcome in. How's it going? Steven, thank you so much for the hug. Guys, if you haven't seen my hug command, Big Ducky Snow gives Crazy Asian a big, warm, fuzzy bear hug on the mouth. Yeah, I'm not making that up. That's exactly what it says in chat, so go ahead and read that. All right, so what is this card? I bet you that this card is our Black Joker that is signed by Dime Package. Check it out. There we go. And that, my friends, that was a triumph. Steven, thanks for hopping in. Let's see. Big Ducky Snow says, just popping in to drop a little sweet, sweet lovin' before hitting the hay. Yeah, feel better. Or no, yeah, feel B. Yeah, take awesome care of yourselves and see you around the bend. All right, guys. If you're not following our friend Big Ducky Snow, thanks for hopping in, Steven. Let me give a shout out to Big Ducky Snow. Guys, you're not following our friend Steven, aka Big Ducky Snow. Please give Big Ducky Snow a follow. Big Ducky Snow is a streamer, does productivity streams, does singing streams, and is a mod for a bunch of other friends in the community. So please give Big Ducky Snow a follow. Lol, says Self-Mutation. Except the ones who are dead. Yeah, that's right. Continuing the lyrics. I'm not much of a singer, I think, but I'd like to think that I could sing some songs okay. One of these days, perhaps I will do a karaoke stream, but it will just be like, I will not save the VOD because there will be tons of DMCA stuff there. So I'm like, all right, I have to not allow the VOD to exist after. So if I do a karaoke stream, I will make it just be a secret, like one-time stream. Big Ducky Snow says merci. And I know the correct response to merci is de rien. But my wife and I had this joke because she was into French like language, and I took French, but but she would oftentimes say in response to my merci, beaucoup, and then she confessed that she did that with her mom too, and I'm like, oh, okay, so all right. Karaoke card tricks. Oh man, karaoke card tricks. I don't know if I'd have to like go through the list and be like, what song can I pair with each with each card trick? That would be wild, guys. I don't even know if I'm ready for that. I'd have to take some time to prepare. Maybe the holidays there will be some time. You've got Call Me Maybe down. Oh, yeah, that's right. I could literally incorporate Call Me Maybe into like six of my tricks. Like I am actually prepared for that. So all right. Okay, so that was Triumph. All right. Okay, I'm going to attempt the McDonald's Aces as the final trick. Now, for anybody who hasn't been here before for the end of a stream, I don't like to end on a trick that I mess up on. So if I mess up on this trick, it will not be the last trick. I will do another one. But if it does go well, then it will be the final trick, and we will find somebody to raid. But before we do the final trick, now we're going to do outro. So Thank you so much to everybody who came by and hung out with me tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on this nondescript Sleight of Hand Sunday. Um, if it wasn't for you guys, thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you requested a trick, chatted in chat, emotes, sound effects, any redeems, any of those things. Clicked on the heat map, selected a card. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. Thank you so much to all the lurkers out there, because magic is one of the rare art forms in which if I perform magic, I am not experiencing the magic. So the magic has to happen in your mind. And then Obi-Wan says, "Hey, I just met you. What's your number? Call me baby." A song. That's yeah. Also, everything that you've seen here on stream is sleight of. Yes, I did do the scandalous shuffle. Oh yeah, I forgot to clear it. Thank you for the. Thank you, Bert, for asking. Where was I? Oh yeah, yeah. Everything that you've seen here is sleight of hand magic, sleight of hand card magic mostly. There's a little bit of coin stuff, but for the most part, I just do card magic. But everything that I do is not black magic, sorcery, or deals with the devil. But if you don't believe me, I would claim that anyway, even if it was real magic. So there we go. Let's see. If anybody wants to see more of me and I'm not around, please check out my YouTube channel. I have over 280 magic performances on my YouTube channel. You can find all of my VODs in a secret playlist on my YouTube channel. You won't be able to search for my VODs, except for the new ones, but I eventually unlist them, but they're still publicly accessible through the playlist. So that fall off retention here. So if you want to check those out, feel free. And then there's a lot of past stuff from my YouTube channel. But yeah, no deals with the devil, just with Erdnase. Keys and Mouse TV. You know a little bit about magic. Nobody randomly throws the name Erdnase around, right? So fun story. I just watched a documentary on YouTube yesterday. It was the history behind the expert at the card table and SW Erdnase, and I was like, because I'd known just a little bit about it, but I didn't know about how all the involved, like there was like multiple searches for who SW Erdnase was, and I'm like, oh my god, these are detailed. No way, how is this not the guy? And it's like, no, there's another theory. I'm like, no way, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's crazy. So anyway, Alstro Art, hello, welcome in. How's it going? Wait, did they finally figure it out? No, long story short, I watched this special, and there was like 2 or 3 really strong candidates, and they are all compelling. And then at the end, it's like, it's still unconfirmed. And I'm like, what? No way! But there are like some names of people that they could have been, but because it's not confirmed and there's not enough information, it's still a mystery. Nobody knows SW Erdnase. Keys and Mouse says, I love all the theories, and I think that I've seen that documentary. Lol. Keys and Mouse, are you a magician as well? Or do you just know about the history of magic? Because, like, nobody comes in here and just throws the name of Erdnase around. Like, that's... Alright, while we're waiting for if Keys and Mouse wants to let us know if they are a magician, let me do some shout-outs for our mods. Guys, if you are not following our friends and mods, Chan the Magic Man, Chan, one of the few other magicians on Twitch that has regular magic schedule, please give Chan a follow. Chan normally does magic on Monday nights, Magic Mondays, so give him a follow. And I think he's gone off to bed, so hopefully Chan is sleeping very well. And then also, if you're not following our friend and mod, Bert, aka Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens, acclaimed pianist, plays VGM, sight reads from magic songbooks, or sorry, not magic songbooks, sight reads from songbooks. Why did I say magic there? I don't know, it's just, I'm primed to say magic now. But also has composed a lot of his own originals, and he's working on releasing his first album. So, let's see. Alstro Art says, I only know the name. Okay, gotcha. And let's see, Obi-Wan says, I only know the name Houdini. Ah, okay. And then Keys and Mouse says, I'm a magician of like 2 months. Read a bunch of books and have been practicing a lot, but definitely no expert. Oh, gotcha. All right, cool. Yeah, so at some point I was a new magician at some point, about 5 5.5 years ago now at this point. But I was there, and so keys and mouse. If you are interested, I like my entire first year of learning Magic was all free materials on YouTube, basically, and other things that you can get from sites. But yeah, if you're interested, I know about sleight of hand card magic, so let me know if you have any questions. But other than that, yeah, if you're interested, I mean, by all means, I am opening myself up to questions if you want to ask. So, but good luck on your Magic journey, Keys and Mouse TV. So, let's see. Yeah, I've been using Daniel Roy's Patreon series the most, but a lot of YouTube. Lol. Yeah. There's a lot of good. Well, there's a lot of free stuff on YouTube. You can find the good stuff, but you won't know what the good stuff is until like you pick apart a bunch of the stuff. And that's kind of like where I'm at now. It's like I can see a tutorial and be like, I can tell this is not going to be a good tutorial, or this is a great tutorial. Or I can, like a lot of my tricks now, I reverse engineer the tricks because I'm like, oh, okay, I understand what's possible, what can be done, and stuff like that. So, Gibson Les says, thank you. You're welcome. And, all right. Cool. So, that is all of the disclaimers and stuff. I usually try and stream Sunday nights, so if you want to see me again, give me a follow. We'll try and come back on Sleight of Hand Sunday. I will sometimes occasionally do pop-up gaming streams. It just kind of depends on my mood and the time that I have. Because for anybody who doesn't know, I have a full-time job. I'm a father to a 3-year-old, and I do YouTube and I'm on Twitch. So I mean, that's a lot of stuff to do already. That's not even including other stuff that I haven't mentioned. So it's just like, yeah. But yeah. So anyway, there we go. Okay, so let me get ready to perform this finale. And once again, if this is not a successful finale, we will do another trick. But if it is, then we'll find somebody to raid and go from there. All right, here we go. All right, first things first, let me grab these cards here. And I'm going to need, oh yeah, so if people are wondering what this is, I actually just labeled this box McDonald's Aces. So I don't use... So I have some tricks where I just like have all the cards ready or like just the deck separate, because when you use certain cards, like you guys saw that I did an ace trick earlier, right? And like if I did certain tricks with the same cards over and over again, some of the cards would wear unevenly. And so that's kind of like one of the reasons why I like to have like all of these cards specifically like set aside, right? So okay, all right. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and lay out all of the aces out here like this. And this is going to be a little bit similar to the previous one, in which I'm going to try and collect all the aces together at the end. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave all of the aces out like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover each one of these aces with 3 cards. In this case, here, and here. Okay. All right, there we go. So for this first ace, you will still see that this ace is here. You'll be able to see that it's still here up until I grab it magically. And I'm going to swap it with one of these cards. Because look, if I show you, that ace disappears. And actually, there are no aces here. Now this one, this ace, let me just show you that if I go ahead and I take this ace and I turn it face down, and we're just going to put it into the packet here. All right, so look, you'll still see that the ace is visible right there, right? Just until the last second. It's actually going to change. It's going to change into a different card. It's going to change into a 3 of spades. Because if you take a look now, there's actually no aces here. And then finally this last one, you'll still see it right here until we swap it for one of these last ones, because look, it's all gone. And if we take a look, there are no aces. Because now if we take a look down here, I did say that I swapped them all, right? So here's our ace of spades, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts. And that, my friends, I will say is a successful performance of McDonald's aces, aka Dream of Aces, aka Grandpa's Aces. For anybody who's like magically inclined and wants to know history and names of stuff. So this trick has a ton of names. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Alstro, Obi-Wan. All right. Thank you so much for the claps. All right, and with that, I think we can call that a stream. Let's see. Keys and Mouse says, very cool. Thank you kindly, Keys and Mouse. And hopefully everybody who has come by has enjoyed the evening. I certainly enjoyed tonight. I guess the good news, I did not mess up too much. And the one that I messed up, I was using jumbo cards. So I would say I'll cut myself some slack on that one. I don't think we'll make it an official. Oh, actually, no. The other one that I messed up was because I was using letter cards. So I think had I been using regular cards, it probably would have been fine. So anyway, all right. So with that, thank you kindly for the claps, Gibson Lens. All right, let's go find somebody to raid. So oftentimes I like to raid music friends on Twitch, but I've been known to raid other friends or people that I haven't raided before. Unsurprisingly, I have a spreadsheet that tells me who I've raided before and who I have not raided. What? Hold on. I just got a gift sub in another stream. I'm not in there. I'm not even in the stream. Okay. But we raided that person actually not too long ago, so we're gonna have to find somebody else to raid. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, there are not that many magicians. Like as far as we know, there's like 4 with a regular magic schedule, and then so it's not like I can raid into another magician. That'd be ideal. But music is probably the next closest because especially like the way I've tailored my my stream, it's kind of like performance art, and I use StreamerSonglist, so like there's a lot of overlap there. All right, let's see. Where do we want to go? What do we want to do? Let me see. Is there anybody new I haven't raided yet that I want to raid? Otherwise, we'll probably raid into one of the usual. All right. Yeah, so I think, when was the last time we raided this person? It looks like it has not been, we have not raided this person since, what's it, 8? August? August. All right, so maybe we'll raid this. Let me double check that they're still going. And then we'll go over there. All right, looks like she's been going for 2.5 hours. So let's go over there before she raids out. All right, guys. Let's see. Oh, Gibson Lens is suggesting Green Guy Music or Daniel Wayne. Hold on. When was the last time we rated Green Guy Music, actually? Fine. Green Guy Music. Oh, it's comparable. I basically rated them kind of like within a week of each other. Green Guy. Oh, wait. No. Oh, no. It's been a long time since I've rated Green Guy Music. Huh. All right. Hold on. Let me pull up Green Guy Music's. All right, let me see. All right. I'm just in the mood to raid 7 Senshi. So let's go over to 7 Senshis. Yeah, I know you're going to raid 7. Yep, you're right. So, all right, guys, let's go to 7 Senshi stream. If you're not familiar with 7 Senshi, 7 Senshi is a flautist, which plays flute and has a lot of VGM anime music on her song list. And I got a chance to meet her at TwitchCon last year, which, by the way, I also presented at TwitchCon last year, an interactive workshop where I tried to teach a little bit of magic and show some magic. So, anyway, yeah, so it was fun hanging out and meeting her. So we're going to be raiding over to 7 Senshi. If you guys want to copy a raid call, here's a raid call if you're not subbed. Here's a raid call if you are subbed. And feel free to copy those. Once again, thank you everybody for coming to hang out with me tonight. Once again, if you want to follow me and find more things, find my stuff on YouTube. There's a link in down below and all that. Otherwise, hopefully everybody had fun. Everybody take care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate, which, speaking of which, I haven't hydrated in a bit. So if you've been sitting around for a while, please hydrate. And then also remember to stretch, because you never know when you're gonna get a kink in your neck and everything. So otherwise, it was my pleasure to hang out with you guys tonight, and everybody have a glorious night and have a glorious week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.